Hi, everybody. It's been a while, and I wanted to pop on today and catch everybody up on what's been going on. It's been a while since I've done a live, and so I thought I would get used to having to do all this again. It's been a while. If you don't know me, my name is Joanne Eisen, and I started Reach the Unlimited a couple years ago. I do this show weekly to inspire and encourage people to think of things in different ways, to think of other options, to think of other opportunities, to think of ways of looking at things that may enlighten you or help you in life. That's what this show is based on. So in doing that, I had to take a break myself. I have not been on for a couple weeks. And I had a great time while I've been away. I needed the break, actually. And I had family that was with me that I love having, and we had a lot of fun. And when my grandkids come, I like to spend that time with them and focus on them, and that's what I did. And also spent a lot of time thinking and trying to come up with new ways to make the show a better platform. I feel like I need to make some kind of adjustments and changes. So I've been kind of pondering that and trying to come up with ways to do that. So that's something I have been doing. Hi, Val. It's nice to see you. I'm catching everybody up. Thank you. It's good to see you again, too. It's been a while for sure. It has been nice. I think it's given me time to the break that I took, to kind of see things a little differently, to kind of evaluate things a little differently. I've also been doing some inner work. And so I do want to say that I will be having my show again. It's starting tomorrow. It's going to take me a little time to get back up to a regular routine. Thank you. I'm kind of actually letting it grow out, my hair, Val. Val asked about my hair, or said something about my hair. Anyway, we're all dealing with the COVID too. Everything shut down here again. So I snuck in, got a little bit done, and now I have to wait. Hi, Marilyn. So anyway, I wanted to talk about, I am going to have my show again tomorrow night or tomorrow afternoon at 4. So Thursday, 4 o'clock is when I have my show. And I'm going to be covering a very, very serious topic that I've come across and has really hit my heart as I've taken this break. And for many different reasons, it's really struck me. So I found somebody who you all have met before, Alan Wellman. He's going to be with me tomorrow. And what we're going to be discussing tomorrow is children and psychic abilities, children and seeing spirits, children who are very empathic and very much connected to the other world, and how they go through that process and what they feel like when they go through that process. And I know I'm not the only one. I know there's many, many other people that have experienced this and they don't know what to do with it. But there's a flip side to that. I want to talk about both sides to that. The other side is how parents deal with that. And parents deal with that in such vast and different ways. Some take their children to psychologists, get them checked out, put them on medications, talk them out of whatever is the reality that they're really having. And others try to talk to their children about it. But a lot of times, I was talking to somebody the other day about how when we're born normal. We're born with all these gifts and knowing all the gifts that we're born into this world to know. But as we grow and as we're with our family who has been taught the same way that we've been taught, right? Or I've been taught, or you've been taught, they don't understand it. Some do. The interesting thing that I started doing a lot more research into this. And one of the things that I thought very interesting is some are just like, no, they've never had these experiences and they don't know what to do with their children, and they think their children are making it up, or they believe that their children too, but they don't know how to help them. Then there's others that actually had the same thing and their parents shut them down when they were young, and now they don't know how to deal with their children. And then there's others that believe their children and they still just don't know how to deal with their children. I mean, there's so many vast differences in the way that people deal with this phenomenon. It's not even a phenomenon. This awareness that happens when your children, who are actually the closest to the spiritual world, because they don't have all the different pulls from society, you know, all the things that we learn, all the religious aspects of it, all the rights and the wrongs. They don't know that. So they just know that they're very connected to the other side. And as they get older, because they don't understand it, I'm going into my topic, so I'm not going to do that. But anyway, the point is they don't know how to deal with it. They become afraid of it. They don't know what is right. They don't know what is real. They don't know what is not. Parents don't know how to deal with their children. So this is going to be our topic tomorrow. And it's something that I want to really work with and deal with as much as I possibly can, because it really has, over the past 2 months, struck a chord with me. It all started with my mentor and friend who told me about this show to watch. So I started watching this show to kind of, well, Marilyn, you went from Facebook to YouTube. Hi. Good to see you again. It really showed me what people go through as we go through this process of awakening. And I know for me, a lot of people that knew me before would not approve of what I'm doing now. And I know that I've lost a lot of people and a lot of friends because they don't agree with what I'm doing. That's okay. That's their road, and I'm taking my road. But one of the things that really strikes me is, how do we teach our youth? How do we teach our children at all different age? Because, you know, there's some that are born and they go through life thinking this is normal. I think my daughter and I have pretty much helped my granddaughter to know that this is all normal. This is all a part of life. And that's the other thing, is not teaching that it's anything other than normal. We're all born with these gifts. We're all born with these abilities to be able to know from your gut, right or wrong, to be able to know when something's going to happen, to be able to know when somebody's going to call, to be able to see grandfather on the other side. These are all normal things that we in our society have made wrong. I'm still going on. Marilyn, tell me to stop. This is my conversation for tomorrow. I'm very passionate about it. So I'm going to continue talking about this tomorrow night at tomorrow afternoon at 4:00 with Alan Wellman. He's a medium, psychic medium. He's very good at what he does. He's also a teacher, and there's other things that he does to all of him. I don't know how much he wants me to tell, but he'll talk about himself tomorrow. So join us tomorrow. That's going to be our topic. The other part of this is I have a community center that I have started putting together, but because of life and because of other obligations, I haven't been working at it as diligently as I should. And I'm going to be making that my priority again. And I'm going to have a corner, the children's corner, or however it's worded, but it's going to be the children's area for parents and children who have these kinds of issues and just want a place to come. And one thing is, when you have other people that you can talk to, I know that's one of the biggest things for me. It should, it is. I have a big and passionate about this. And Marilyn, I know you too. And I am hoping to involve you in this because I know you would be really good at this. And your passion for the truth and kindness and the spiritual world, I think would be a big help to help children to be comforted and made to feel okay, that this isn't something that's wrong. There's not something wrong with them, and there's not something bad. It's a matter of understanding and knowing what's happening and how to deal with it, how to protect yourself. Here I go again. I'm not going to talk about it. I will talk about it tomorrow, and I'll try to be calm about it. I won't. I'll do me. So anyway, I'm going to do this corner in my network, in my community center. And I want it to be a place where parents can have a place to talk to other parents, and children can have a place to talk to other children and be safe, and to be able to explore what they're feeling and what they're, knowing, what they're experiencing. Because one of the things that I noticed on this show is the one thing that all of these kids said was they felt lonely. They felt so alone because they didn't understand what was going on, and they didn't have anybody to talk to about it. Not somebody who would understand, not somebody who would know. So I've been doing this platform for a while, and a lot of you know me. And this is a way that one of the ways that I want to use this platform is to help kids to understand that this is not abnormal, and to help parents to help their children through this process. Because if they don't have this awakening, if they don't have this awareness, it's not really awakening, it's awareness of more that's going on. Excuse me. of more than what's going on around us, then you're not going to be able to express that to your children. So that's what the show tomorrow is going to be about. And I've missed you all so much. I have enjoyed my time off. I have to say, I have enjoyed it, but I've missed you all. I have been thinking about, new ideas and new shows and ways to help you guys. If you guys have any ideas or topics that you want to discuss, please put it in the comment section so I can find somebody to do that. I've said that before and nobody ever does that, but maybe this time you all will have other ideas. I know that we're all going through a really hard time right now. This has not gotten any easier. It hasn't gotten any better, clearly. We're all just trying to deal with it the best that we possibly can in this particular situation. And I really wanted to talk a little bit because yesterday I had a couple things happen that were kind of disturbing. One of the things that I think that is passionate for me, it's something that I really wanted to talk a little bit about today, was this whole conspiracy theory phenomenon that's going on, and how easy it is for us to get pulled into these conspiracies without even checking them out and find out whether facts are true or not true. And especially in today's world where there's, this is such a new thing for us. We've never had a pandemic like this in our time to know how to maneuver through these waters that we're maneuvering through right now. And so yesterday somebody sent me this crazy text message about this conspiracy theory and this whole thing is a hoax and whatever. And I'm not even going to go through or give time to that whole thing. But what I wanted to share was I personally know people that have had the coronavirus. I personally have known people that have suffered after the coronavirus. I don't think it's something that any of us have the capabilities as a general layperson to know what to do and what not to do and know that concretely. So what I would ask is, we're coming up to an election. This is not about politics. This is about do your homework. Do your homework when you see something online about politics, about the coronavirus, about conspiracy theories. One of the things that has been really proven over the past at least 4 years is that a lot of the things that go on social medias, they're not ever checked. People just believe them and then they pass it on. Like, this person passed this message on to me, and I don't think I can guarantee you that person didn't do the homework to whether that was correct or not. And so when I was reading it, I'm like, are you kidding me? All the facts here are incorrect. I mean, just from my background when it comes to herbology, I knew that it was incorrect. Don't just take I have a crystal over there and I just saw a heart in there. I've never seen a heart in there before. It's carnelian, so it's red. And all of a sudden I looked over there and there's a big heart. I really like that. Wow, it's pretty. Sometime I'll show you. Anyway, don't just believe what you read and don't pass anything on, good or bad. I'm not saying about whether it's true, whether it's a hoax, whether it's not. Just check what you're passing on. Don't just pass something on and expect that everybody's just going to understand whether it's true or not true. Just because it struck a chord with you doesn't mean that it's true. So before you pass it on to somebody else, find out if it's true or how much of it is true or whether it's worth passing on or not. And that just really struck me yesterday because I know everybody's seen the doctor that says that this is all a hoax, don't wear a mask, and her YouTube stuff and whatever. I'm not even going to go through all that stuff. But that's another form of leading people in the wrong direction. And that's something that I don't think that any of us should ever give the power to somebody else to make a decision for ourselves. You should never give somebody else the power to decide what is right or wrong for you or what is true or not true for you. You need to do that for yourself. I was talking to actually my daughter-in-law last night about this particular subject, about how through my journey, I had to challenge my beliefs. I was faced with a time that I needed to challenge my beliefs and know why I believed what I believed. And what do I believe now? Was this something that still stuck with me, or was this something that I had already kind of in the back of my mind didn't really, I wasn't at peace with? So if we don't challenge our beliefs ourselves and know why we believe something, then we're not living in our authentic power. We're allowing other people's opinions to dictate what it is that we're doing, or the direction that we need to go, or our decisions that we need to make in our life. And that's what I really want to have people really think about when you're passing something on, which there's so many controversial sides, so many controversial subjects, so many controversial things going on right now. It doesn't take that long. And if you don't have the time to check something that's really controversial or something that is off, don't pass it on until you've done that. Do your homework. Do your homework for the rest of your life, not just between now and November, because this is your life. This is the life that you came here to live. You came here to experience. And if you're not doing it based from your gut and through your heart center, then you're not living your authentic life. And that's not going to bring you joy, and that's not going to bring you happiness. And so that was one of the things I really wanted to talk about today, because I don't want to talk about it tomorrow. So I came on to talk about it today. Also to say hi to you guys all. I missed you all. Hold on. Let me read. Yes, right. Marilyn, you're very correct. Not everybody knows about that, so I try to say it in a way that they can, but that is exactly what you're doing, is talking about connecting to your inner knowing. When I was going through a religious period in my life, I used to get these hits that I really didn't know what I was getting, but I knew that I had these thoughts in my head about this. There's something wrong with this. There's something off with this. How about A? Doesn't make sense to C. So you know how you go through those things in your mind? And so I would go through that, but I would dismiss it because I didn't have the authority to think for myself. I was in this religious place that they all did the thinking for us. Ooh, that's another subject that I would love to cover. So anyway, I was taught that I can't really ask questions back because this is what it is. And you're supposed to believe me because I'm the minister standing here at the pulpit telling you what you're supposed to believe. Sorry if I'm offending anybody, but that's a hot subject for me. And so at one point in my life, though, I had to. But what was leading me was my inner knowing, exactly what Marilyn said. It's that really listening to that inner knowing inside of you when you know something is not right, when you know something is off, or when you know something is right. So listen to that. Listen to that through your life. And sometimes it's something that you just have to develop a habit in. Sometimes it's not a habit for you to do that. We all have those inner voices, so really quiet inner voices that say, how about you do this? Or how about you think about this? It's coming not from your head. It's not coming from here. It's not coming from your ears. It's coming from your heart. It's coming from your gut. It's coming from that pull that's saying, listen to me. This is your gut. This is not right for you, or don't do that, or this is what's best for you. This is right. We all have it. But like for me, I was listening to it, or I heard it, or it's not like you're actually hearing it. That's a whole nother subject, but it's that inner knowing. It's that gut feeling that tells you something's wrong. And that's what I was not listening to. And it took me a long time to be able to remember to do that. So start doing that. Start listening to what your gut's telling you. And your gut's going to talk to you, or your inner being is going to talk to you in different ways, because we all have different ways of hearing it. We all have different ways of reacting with it. So one of the biggest things that I want to say again, because I've only said it enough times, Marilyn, Val, tell me if I need to say it more. You have an inner guidance system. We're in a time period right now where things are really crazy. And you can easily get depressed. You can easily get discouraged. You can easily get down. But we're in this time period to go inward and learn about ourselves. And if you could take this time to do that, if you can actually pay attention to what your inner guidance system is telling you, you're going to come out of this a much stronger person, and you're going to be that's what authentically living your life is about. It's not about saying, this person is telling me I have to do that. This organization is telling me I have to live this way. This group of people are telling me that I shouldn't wear a mask. These group of people are telling me I should. What is your real truth about that? Not what's going on in your head, not the mental things that are saying, well, I have a right to not wear a mask, or all these people are crazy because they are wearing a mask. Doesn't, we have this saying as a parent, just because everybody else is doing it doesn't mean you should. And that's a good statement, because you need to be thinking for yourself what works for you. And you don't do it from your head. Again, you have to do it from your heart space. What is the most loving thing for you to do? Not because you're feeling bad, not because you're feeling less than, not because you're needing to take control of something because you don't have control of your life. There's so many reasons why we act out. That's a whole nother subject. Thank you, Val. I said it again. Live from your heart. Make decisions by yourself. Okay. I hope you guys are doing well. I'm so happy to see you guys here. So that's soapbox number 1. There was another soapbox I was going to get on. Hold on. As soon as I'm done, I'm going to be really upset with myself. There's another part of this. Okay. I'm going to come back on in a couple days, probably next week, and I'm going to do some autographs and some readings again. I know I haven't done that in a long time, and I've been missing that. It was really awkward and weird. I hadn't really been practicing my mediumship, and I hadn't really been doing a lot of, I've been meditating, but not like I normally do. I hadn't been doing a lot of my inner work. So I had to jump back into practice stuff in my classes and whatnot, my inner work and all that. That was hard. I did a couple readings, and it was almost like when you get on the bike again, when you haven't ridden it in a while. It was scary. Okay, so I know there was another thing. Hold on. So I don't know. I'll talk about it tomorrow. Anybody have any questions? How's everybody been doing? Val and Marilyn, how are you both been doing? One of the things I've been thinking about doing, you two, I think would be fun, is starting a circle, sitting in the power circle. Thinking about doing that. I talked to somebody about that the other day. Anyway, that's something I might want to start. I promise I'm going to get this community center going. We have to get this community center going. It is 100% my fault. I take total responsibility. So many things in life to do. All right. Well, the other thing is not coming back to me. Do you guys have any questions, statements, comments? Marilyn's been dealing with her grandchildren. Grandchildren are fun. They are so fun, but they can be tiring for sure. All right. Well, please. I'm sure you do. I hear you, Val. I so hear you. I loved having my kids here. But the other night I was going to go off to do something else. And my granddaughter and my daughter had just left. And I was like, no, I just sat in my little sanctuary, nothing making any noise, my little quiet place. It was so awesome. I can't even tell you, just to breathe again. I love them though. And they do watch this. I'm not saying anything bad about them. We had so much fun. We had great experiences. Obviously, I think what made it harder this time, because they visit me every summer. I think what made it harder this summer is everything's closed. So we didn't have much to do. And my granddaughter just turned 11. So, it's like, it's hard to stay in the house all the time. I think the last week we ended up going to the beach more often. And what we did is we went earlier in the morning before everybody totally filled the beach. So we were there. We all had our, huge distances. And then when everybody started coming, somehow people do this when you go to the beach. They have all their stuff and you're there and there's like yards and miles of beach. And they come and they sit right on top of you. I cannot understand that thinking, but whatever. Anyway, that was one of the things that made it harder, is that we didn't have a lot of things to do. So we did, Val, you're going to love this. Oh my gosh. We did so many art projects. It was not even funny. We got to know Michael's people like by a first name basis. We did so much artwork. Oh, oh, that's so fun. Painting a chicken coop. That's fun. Um, my dear friend Marcia was painting little eggs. And so she was so sweet to send my granddaughter one. And my granddaughter loved it so much, I had to go out and we got eggs. And so we had to paint eggs. We did puzzles and we did painting, so much painting, which was so good for all of us, all of us. So anyway, that's what made it a little more difficult, though, I think, is because, you know, we weren't out keeping busy doing other things. We were more indoors and yeah. So, well, it was good to see you all. And I'm sure I will come back on because whatever the other thing was really important. But clearly, Spirit is saying not today. So we'll talk about it another day. And I'm really happy to see you all. I'm really happy to be back on. It's going to take me a few weeks to get back up to speed because I have nobody booked. I have Alan booked tomorrow. I'm going to try and find somebody. I'm kind of thinking if you guys know anybody, I'm kind of thinking it would be really fun to have somebody talk about what we're going through in money, how to deal with our money. Should we be afraid? Should we be, how should we be looking forward into the future in the position that we're in right now? So that's something that's on my mind. Oh, thank you, Marilyn. I know you'll try to come tomorrow. No, Val, what was censored from Facebook? Oh, the one you had on, I think it must have been the one, a couple before that was amazing. I need to buy one of if you guys have not seen Valley's work, Valley Hates, it's VALLIHATZES. You've got to check out her artwork. She's amazing. What do you mean plant a Victoria garden? Is that what they censored? Why would they censor that? I'm confused. I had something censored from YouTube that was kind of benign. I can't remember what it was. It was a couple months ago, and it was like, I reached out to them, like, why did you take that off? There was nothing on there, and they finally reevaluated it and put it back up. I can't imagine why planting a Victorian garden. Is that what you're doing, you mean? Planting a Victorian garden? Oh. Oh. Huh. That's weird. That's weird. Okay, well, I've been on here for 28 minutes. Good. And I just want to say thank you for listening. Thank you, everybody. I haven't said this for a while, and I almost forgot. There's been a bunch of new people on YouTube that are new subscribers. Thank you so much for being a subscriber and supporting this platform. I want to keep this platform going, so I appreciate all the support possible, and share as well. That helps to get more people to get to know who I am and what this platform is about. And for all the new people that have started following me on Facebook, I know I have not been doing as much on Instagram, but I haven't really been on any social media for about 2 months. So I will be getting back on that. But I really want to thank everybody for the support for this show. And I will be continuing to do this. I will probably not do one 4 times a month. I'm thinking I might take a little more breaks here and there. Even though it doesn't seem like it's too much to do, it does get to be too much. I think I was doing a lot more anyway. But anyway, I want to thank everybody for being a supporter. And if you have any questions, or if you have any comments, or if you have any ideas, please put it in the comment, both in YouTube and on Facebook. I do see that. And I will try to do something, I think, on Instagram, because that would be good. I don't know if I could put this on Instagram, but it's been nice. I'm a babbling person today. I haven't talked in a long time. Okay, you guys, thank you for being here and for listening. And I sure appreciate you all. And I will see you all tomorrow at 4 o'clock. We will have Alan Wellman. And if you know of people that have children or know of people that are having issues with being afraid of working with spiritual world or being afraid of what they're feeling or what they're seeing, then join us tomorrow because that will be our subject tomorrow. All right, you guys, take care. Thanks. Bye.